I'm on board the Eurotunnel, which can only mean one thing. I'm off on another European carp fishing adventure. And this time, well, there's not a pay lake in sight. I'm gonna go and live the public venue dream, and specifically targeting big carp on canals. Now, I've never caught a European canal carp before, so I've enlisted the help of a very special guest, a man who's much more proficient in big European carp and catching on canals, and that is Nash Tackle's very own Henry Lennon. We're on board now. We've got a few minutes to go before we get the other side. Hopefully at some point Henry sends me a pin so we can go and find him, but I'm absolutely buzzing for it. I'm going to sit back, I might even have a sleep until we get there and then get this show on the road. Henry,
how are we doing?
Take a walk with me, sir. You brought me to a lovely canal.
Yes.
What can I expect in terms of what's in here?
Well, what's in here is I'm pretty sure there's 2 40s and a good handful of 30s, but then you never know what else has ended up in here. There's always that little bit of mystery about them, but what can we expect?
What's a good result? We haven't got a lot of time.
We've not got a lot of time, that's the issue. I think if we can get like a 30-pounder each, we've done really, really well. Really well.
I will take that. I've never caught a canal carp, so anything would be a result for me. I do specialise in little ones, as you well know from our time together.
Yes, yes. Well, to be fair, I can't talk. I sometimes pull out the smallest ones as well. So
there's nothing wrong with that, mate. But he's very exciting. We're going to have a little walk round, hopefully find a few, and then set up on them. Is that the plan?
Pretty much, yeah. Location's so important in this type of fishing. It is in all types of fishing, but this one, so important. So yeah, let's try have a little look, see if we can find anything, and then drop some rigs on their heads and catch them.
It looks good, mate. I love it already. Let's get it done.
Nice. Avoid that hole.
Seen it.
I think there's a lot of misconception for people, for anglers who come over to Europe all the time. They say, oh, you just want easy fishing. And it's not that. It's almost like this is what you dream fishing to be like in the UK. That's what you're going for. If this was in the UK, you'd stay at home and catch them.
100%.
But it just doesn't have this type of water over in the UK, unfortunately.
But it ain't easy either. Like what we've just done there. I mean, it's accessible. There's no two ways about that. But it ain't easy. We've got barrows of kit.
It's not effort easy.
No.
Technically, it's a lot easier in the UK. And that's why I always say, obviously I've seen a lot of European anglers coming over to the UK through Nash, and seen loads vice versa. If you're a UK angler going over to Europe, you'll do a lot better than the other way around, because all you got to do over here is get your mind sorted and go, right, I'm going to put loads of graft in, and technically you'll catch them. But on the other side, a French angler coming down to linear, he's going to find that a lot more difficult for the technical aspect of it.
Yeah, pressured, riggy, tough.
Yeah.
Right, let's go get them, mate.
Ooh, I wish I had a power barrow.
I could borrow mine, apart from mine's fallen over twice.
It's so good when it all comes together.
We're on the canal. We found a few carp. I'm being as stealthy as I can. Henry's putting his rods out at the moment. I'm going to put these 2 out just down the bank here. One in the edge, one in sort of the middle of the canal where we've seen a bit of fizzing.
and we've both put one in the river adjacent. Henry put a little bit of bait in before, and there's definitely carp in there. So all is looking good. I'm really excited. I'm going to try and slip these in. Hopefully something happens. There's definitely activity.
And the evening is drawing on, mate. It's been a day, hasn't it? To be fair, I feel like I've been here probably a week already, but we haven't. But we're set up, aren't we?
Yes, yeah, we're fishing. We've got rods sort of spread out along this bank, and there's pretty much two ways you can fish canal, and that's the way we've covered it. Is you can fish really close into near margin on clear spots, or you can fish in that middle. I never really like fishing across to the far margin. Okay. I don't like cutting it off with like a line through. I think it can spook them. I'll only do it if I can fish a washing line, but we ain't going to walk all the way round there. The 2 kilometres there, 2 kilometres back to the washing line. I have
literally dropped my barrow twice. That'll definitely be in this video. It is. We've done a fair bit of mileage, but we have seen some, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've got a good chance. Like, we've seen probably 4 or 5 fish in the area we're fishing. Providing they stay here, I think we're going to catch them. I also think, with this not being a super long stretch, they're going to travel up and down. And I think in the night we'll definitely catch one from here.
It's proper exciting. And also, which is a touch, right behind us, we've got, I don't know what it is, a part of the river, like a
little... it's like a river that opens up into these lakes. It's a mad river system. It's something that's been on my radar to fish for ages. I didn't realise it was right behind this canal. And yesterday when I was walking here, I got here yesterday to bait up, and I looked to my left, and all of a sudden I just saw a load of carp there. So I put a bit of bait in, and we came back today and they're still there. So. Little bonus rod in there each.
Bruisey, but I think, mate, that looks very good in terms of there's at least, what, 10, maybe more?
I think there's more, you know, and they keep coming in, and some of them look big. Some of them look really big.
So technically we've got river.
Canal.
Oh, sorry, canal and river covered.
Yeah, have you caught either before in Europe?
I've caught a carp from the Ebro, but it weren't me public
like a
style license. It was like a trip. So I don't think that counts. So either way, if anything happens, I'll be chuffed.
We're going to be popping a few cherries.
Oh yeah, boy. I think for once, finally, we can like sit back, maybe get a bit of food on, maybe get a brew, and hopefully, because they're here, something happens pretty soon.
I think we'll be getting a bite soon. Yeah, definitely. Come on.
Hassan? That's on.
No! Put you off straight away.
Oh, that's solid there.
Did you get a drop?
Yeah. I can't.
Come on, ass. Yeah, he's not the big one we've seen, I don't think.
He's not. He's also in this snag here.
Oof. Where's he gone down there?
Where is he? Oh, he's right down this inside bank. Yes. Nice. Nicely done.
Imagine this was a 50 pounder. Oh no, net stuck. Hassan, your first European river carp. Oh my god, that was difficult to land.
Classically, mate, really calm, always under control,
Yeah.
never in doubt. We've got one out, haven't we?
I'm glad.
I'm so buzzed at that, mate.
That was
I'm
sick,
literally-
wasn't it?
First night, you come to canals and you think, oh, rivers, it's going to be a bit, mate, honestly, thank you, because that is mega.
Well done.
I love that,
Nice.
mate, that's wicked. Henry!
Nice work, man.
We've not been here long, boy, have
No,
we?
we haven't. I was so worried when I came down to meet you today that we were going to struggle big time just to get anything. So the fact that you've lost one and you've landed one, it's good going, that, isn't it?
Mate, I will take that. It is, to be fair, a bit of a turn up. You did put some bait in the old river behind, but they're clearly there, mate.
There was a lot more here yesterday. There was a lot more here now than there was yesterday.
Was there?
Loads more here today, yeah. So they've obviously got on the bait, and I think we're going to pick off a few from down there.
I'm happy, mate. He's my first, and I'm very happy because you weren't that positive.
I
on the way
wasn't.
down,
I
were you?
wasn't. No. So yeah, well done.
Oh, if he's good, give him a kiss.
No.
Top man.
Not until he's £50 at least.
He's getting there.
Wow.
I'll take him, mate. He's a lovely one. Go.
Hooray.
It's just a man running up a towpath, helping another man catch a carp. Oh, mate.
I've just been down here seeing the fizz and thought, oh, that'll go soon.
That is
And it
hectic.
went.
Good un?
Yeah, it's all right.
Go on the boy. Do you know
How
what's
does this
even
look on
better?
my head?
Do you know that looks good? Do you know what's even better, mate?
What?
I've got another one in the net.
We
down
are
there.
smashing it, aren't we? Come on,
Nice.
get out.
Very
there.
good on the old public venues. No wonder people love it. Right, I better hope you net it. My netting's pretty average, mate. As Mark will testify. Look at that beautiful man.
Yes, Hassan. Yes.
Yes, in there. That is a mega one. Henry Lennon is one of our own.
Yes.
Woo! English blokes losing our minds.
That's a nice carp, isn't it?
That is a really nice car, mate.
Come on. That was a mad.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you what, when I got here this morning to meet you, I thought, if we catch one fish, we're done all right. Been here 2 hours.
Mate, I've lost one, caught two, and that, mate, that's what you come for, boy. Innit? I could get very used to this public venue. Like, look at this cool looking mirror. My third bite from the river behind. And this one, well, he's a 20-pounder. I'm chuffed a bit. However, it's been slightly overshadowed by what Mr. Lennon has got in the net over there. So I'm going to slip this one back after a few stills. And we're going to take a look. An absolute canal gem.
Well, I've actually been in Europe a few days prior to Hassan's arrival. Did a little bit of scouting out, a little bit of fishing, and it's been so tough for me. I've caught one little common, really been struggling, and I was fearing the worst for this session. So a couple of hours in to have caught what we've caught, topped off by one of the nicest looking fish I think I've ever caught. Yeah, I'm a little bit blown away. Yeah, special carp. I mean, just look at it. Look at the details on it. It's mad, isn't it?
Lennon, that is out of hand.
Special
I'll say it
fish,
for you,
man.
mate. Look at the fins on it. Look at the colour of it. And it's from there. Mate, incredible angling. Well done, mate.
Cheers, man.
It's a pleasure to witness that, boy. You deserve it as well.
We got 2 more nights. Not even done the first night. Mad, isn't it?
Mate, absolute madness. What a fish.
Yeah, I'm well happy with that one.
It's been a frantic afternoon. Absolute madness. I did not expect this when I had the call from Henry earlier saying it was a bit difficult. My sort of furthest place rod in the middle of the channel, just where Henry's had his bite from, has absolutely ramped up, and it's now solid. There is a lot of weed here sort of in the edge, and it is solid in it, so I'm just keeping steady pressure as I would do on any other lake, and hoping that it sort of kicks free, and if I get it moving, I'm going to try and keep it moving.
Yeah, there, I think you're starting to get it up a little bit. You see all that fizzing at the back?
Yeah. If I can just find out which way he's doubled back in, he's definitely still on.
Oh, there you go, yeah. Oh, nice. Well done, Hassan. Perfect.
He's not a big one, is he?
It's not massive, but
Mate, he's a canal
he's a canal
carp.
fish, yeah.
Hopefully, in the net to go with 2 river carp. That's all right,
Yeah,
bit of weed on your
nice
head,
one.
lad.
Oh, no, missed him.
Well, he's a nice one, he ain't that bad, is he?
There we go. Go on, got him.
Yes! Yes, mate.
Oh my God, what a mad couple of hours
We
fishing.
love it when the plans come together.
Oh my God.
Mate, it's a bit too frantic, that. We'd have to give Bob a pay rise. Unbelievable.
Whew. Wicked.
Get him, mate. Get him. Honestly, I'm lost for words. I think I said to myself before this trip, if I can manage to get a couple of bites, I'd be chuffed. I've had 3 bites in an afternoon, 2 out the river, and this out the canal. Jet black, absolute stunner. Maybe overshadowed by Henry's, but honestly, I could not ask for more. The fishing is incredible, the place is incredible. I'm looking forward to slipping them back, getting the rods back out, sitting back and having some food. It has been frantic. What an afternoon.
£20.
Just no direct pull at all, is there?
Yes. Scoop her up. Yes. What a session this is turning into. My God.
Belting common.
It's a lovely one, isn't it? Ah, yes. I was just thinking, what did I say to you earlier? I said, in the day, you get them in the middle, and at night, they'll come into to the edge. As soon as it got dark, one on the edge.
Was that the edge spot we'd seen one earlier?
No, this is a different one I found just down here. But I just sat there, and I had a couple of liners, and I was thinking, oh, the weed's coming through. And then looked out and thought, there's no flow, there shouldn't be any weed. And then it just went, whee!
What a carp that is, man.
Lovely one, isn't he?
Yeah.
With a 30-pounder. Come on! This is a sick session. Oh, well, believe me when I say that sessions like this, they don't come around too often. We've barely been here longer than 5 or 6 hours. And the number of fish we've had and the quality of fish we've had already is pretty staggering. I've fished these canals over in Europe quite a lot now, and that mirror I had earlier blew me away. And to land this really nice common as well, yeah, sessions like this, they really don't come around too often. Absolutely buzzing. I think we're gonna catch a few more tonight, and even if we don't, we've still got pretty much the entirety of the session left. We'll catch a few more of these wonderful canal carp.
Now, if you're enjoying this content so far, and I hope you are, we're trying our best, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the little bell icon. That way you'll know when our latest release is live. Is there any better way to start the day? I don't think so. Check that carp out. Like a fully on the back end there. The craziest, most incredible fishing. First light, that's exactly what it's all about. I'm absolutely blown away by the quality of the fishing, the difference in all the types of fish that you're catching. You just never know what's next. And I honestly, expectation-wise, completely surpassed anything I ever thought this fishing would be. I'm going to slip this one back, and even if I don't catch any more, I've had a brilliant trip and I'll definitely be back. Public venues, yeah, it lives up to the hype. Start the morning, eh? One from the canal and now one from the river. Just as I was slipping that mirror back that I had before, the old river rod behind me tanked off, and this spirited little common was the culprit. I can't get over how good the fishing is. Honestly, it's unbelievable. We're clearly onto a very good thing. I need a coffee. I'm going to slip this one back. Maybe, just maybe, there's a few more bites to be had. I'd love a real big one. That's being greedy, maybe. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mate, this has been ridiculous. I'm pretty tired, I'm not going to lie, mate. It's been a lot more frantic than I thought it'd be.
Yeah, it's not always like this. It really is not always like this.
Oh.
But when it is like this, you've got to make the most of it. And I don't know how much they know, but obviously I got here a little bit earlier.
Yes.
And so a lot of the groundwork's already been done in terms of the walking, locating carp, because so much of this type of fishing normally is just walking and walking and walking and walking until you find carp, and then you set up on them.
20k you said?
I think I did 20k in about 2 days, yeah. Yeah. Plus drones that I've sent up as well. But yeah, I found about 4 or 5 carp. And then I came here, found 5, thought, yeah, it looks really good, let's fish here. Didn't fish here, wait for you to come, and yeah, it's kicked off.
Legend, mate. Well, we came, even yesterday, we saw probably 3, didn't we, in a very short period of time, and it's been good, plus this little river spot. I wanted to talk to you about canals in general. Obviously, that sort of public venue fishing, lakes and everything, in and around Europe has become mega popular. There's loads of people doing it, and I've had an insight myself into why it's so popular. It is awesome. But specifically, canals, rivers, Why there and why not lakes? Why are you sort of drawn to them? Because you fished them a fair bit, haven't you?
I wouldn't say I'm drawn particularly to them, but they do have their charm that I really... What I do with canals is I'll be obsessed with them for like 4 months and then I'll kind of go off them a little bit and I'll be obsessed with them again. I think the reason why I get obsessed with them is why I started public lake fishing and public venue fishing is there's that so much more mystery about it, so much more freedom. But you find that on the lakes, that's a little bit more restricted because there will be rules, a lot more rules in terms of you can use a boat, you can't use a boat, there's a night fishing zone, there isn't a night fishing zone.
Yeah.
You kind of get a bit more of a vibe of what the stock is, you start speaking to the local anglers, however you found it in the first place, they show you pictures. But the canals and rivers, there's less rules and there's more mystery with the stock. So I think that's why there's so much more of a draw to it, is because you know less of what's likely being. And like, I do know a little bit of what's in this stretch, but the mirror I had no idea that was in it. Yeah. Like, no idea. What a wonderful carp that was. So that's what I do like about it. I think it's that top tier in terms of freedom and mystery, which is, I think, why a lot of people like this type of fishing.
You mentioned there that you did have a rough idea. That whole rough idea of what's in certain bits of canal. For somebody coming over here, I'm a UK angler, I don't need to buy a big boat, an outboard, an echo, loads of H blocks and all the sort of rigmarole that you do with a lake. This is very accessible, mate. You can tip up, you can use your UK kit pretty much, and you can come and fish for these ridiculously sort of underfished for carp. For you, knowing the intel, and as you said, finding and being most of it, how do you get that? How do you build that intel as to sort of an idea of what's in there? Because I'm guessing there's some stretches that are going to be probably not as, how can you say, well populated with carp as regards to others as well.
So I think whenever I get asked all the time on social media, where's this pin? Can you give me this pin? And it's probably the one thing I will never ever reply to. If someone asks me specifically for a pin, but what I will reply to is when someone says, I want to go for my first European trip, how do I start? And what I'll always say to them is start on the canals, because Belgium, Holland, France, if you walk long enough down a canal system, you'll find carp. If you're prepared to just keep walking, you will find fish. So it's a good starting place to go. I think so let's say you want to do your first European trip, you don't have any information, go on Google Maps, find some canals. The best thing to do is turn on satellite and try and find one that looks like blue, because then you know it's clear, as opposed to a chocolatey one, because then it's easy to find the fish. Just walk until you find fish, start fishing. And the amount of people I've told to do that, and they've come back and said, caught a 40 pounder, caught like 2 or 3 30s, I've had a great trip. Once you do that, you've got like a handful of pins now, where you know there's carp in it, you know it's decent fishing. Then you start swapping them with other people who do this type of fishing. And before you know it, you amass this library of 200-300 pins that are worth fishing. That's how, like, I'd recommend most people doing it. Go for that first time, throw yourself in the deep end on the canals. Like you say, the fishing is it's not too dissimilar to UK fishing. If you're prepared to put in the legwork, you will find carp, you will catch, and then that sets you off to expand your library of pins to then branch off into all the other types of public lake fishing.
You've had some pretty good success on canals as well. I remember my time when I was at Nash, mate, you caught a very, very mega sort of big one, and I remember the sort of text going through. Talk to me about some of your sort of like, your sort of highlights from canals.
So that was definitely my highlight. So that was a 50-pound limb from a canal not too far from here. Yeah, I'd really got into canals. It was during that period where I was really, really obsessed with them, and my goal was, right, I want to catch a 50. I'd caught a couple of 40s at that point, but I wanted to catch a canal 50. And I knew this stretch that had got 1, potentially 2 at that time of year. It was really early in the year.
How big's the stretch?
6 kilometres, 7 kilometres, maybe 50 carp. But it was a good time of year to go at that early spring, because the weed's not come up yet and the fish are starting to move around, so you do tend to find them. But I remember I got there late. I left after work. I must have got there about 1 a.m. and I parked about midway through the stretch, because I know they're normally on one side of the stretch. I walked 3 kilometres one way, turned around, walked back the other way, and I was about level with my van again, maybe 100 metres, thinking, don't know where they are, like, it's getting late, I might just sling some rods out anywhere and call it. And I just saw in my head torch the shape of a tail. I was like, right, okay, that's enough for me to fish on. So I got the rods out, flicked them out, and about 3 hours later, had a bite. And I'd planned like my whole year around catching this 50-pounder. I planned all these weekends away where I was going to go, right, I go to this stretch of canal because I know there's 50 down, I go to this one. And yeah, first 3 hours of like this campaign, landed this fish, couldn't really see what it was. There's some street lights nearby, I could just make out as a big one. Went back, got my head torch, shined the head torch, saw the big scales, and yeah, knew it was a 50.
Mate, that is serious. I've been amazed at what we've caught from this canal system. The fact that it is, in width, it's very English. It's beautiful. It's sort of, there's nobody about. Like those two carp you had, that mirror and that common, mate. Like I said to you before, that little screenshot in my head of that mirror's tail.
The tail going.
Oh my God, will live with me for a long time, mate. So I think there's a lot of mileage in it. I'll definitely be back on some. And we've got the rest of this session to see what else can hold, mate. But thank you for...
No worries. I'm really glad you've enjoyed it. Like I said, I was a bit worried with whether you'd enjoy it, whether it would fish well. That was my biggest concern because it hadn't been fishing well for me up until that point. So I'm glad it's all come good, and I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Punish you for your pins, mate.
Yeah. I'm going to get that. I won't reply, like I said. Ignore.
Nice one, mate. We're going to finish these, and hopefully something will happen through the course of the day.
Yeah, I think it's looking good for it. Okay, I'm just going to refreshen this rod. It's been out all night, not done a bite since that mirror yesterday. And whilst I'm doing that, I'll run you through the rig that I use. It's a rig that I use not just for canal fishing, it's pretty much I use whenever I can. I think it's such an effective rig. It's a Ronnie with a little D on there. I think the D is super important because it allows for the movement of the hook to take place further back in the fish's mouth, which means you get much better hook holds. Ever since I moved over from fishing with this little D separation as opposed to fishing with the hook bait straight on the shank, my hook to land ratio skyrocketed, and it's something that I think is really, really important. If you're using Ronnies and you're losing fish, I think this could be why. So add a little bit of separation between your hook bait and the hook, and your hook to land ratio will definitely improve. One thing to note is the actual hook link material I'm using. When I'm fishing close in the edge and I can see what I'm dropping it on, it's a nice clean hard bottom, I'm using a much shorter fluorocarbon hook link. Like I said, then I can see it, I know it's presented perfectly, I don't have anything to worry about. But in the middle where I'm fishing, it's a little bit softer and I'm a little bit more unsure of what I'm fishing over. So in this circumstance, out in the middle, I'm fishing with a pop-up and I'm fishing with a longer, semi-stiff hook link. It's a skin link in 20 pound. I think it sits much nicer over any sort of light weed, any debris, anything like that, which I think there could be in the middle of that channel. So those are two little changes I make. Theoretically, it's the exact same rig, just with a little change to that hook link. I'm gonna put a new hook on now, size 6 floater claw, super sharp hook, new pop-up, get it back out there, and hopefully catch another carp.
Yeah, I can't out here though, mate. Come on.
How will you take shoes up?
10, because my is massive. He's not bad then. You can net him from there, yeah. Go on, the boys! Rivers, canals, we love them. Oh, mate. What a day.
After that frantic spell of action this morning, it's been quiet through the day. However, the old river rod behind has bust off and I've got this unbelievably clean common. Look at it. Outrageous fish. I'm going to slip him back after some stills. Hopefully, There might just be another in the river. If not, we're sort of approaching prime bite time, at least for Henry yesterday on the canal. So hopefully this won't be the last of them. But what a carp that is. I can't get over it. Unbelievable.
I was having a nap, just being up all the last night with fish. Thought I'd get a little bit of sleep. It's a quiet period and just had an absolute rip out the blue. I don't know what it is, if it's a big carp or a tench. It's got in the weed. Just try and get him out. What is he?
Didn't?
Can't tell.
In the edge?
Yeah, he's not really left the edge. It's carp.
Oh, it's carp.
I was thinking it could have been a tench just stuck in the weed.
No, he's not a tench.
No, I just seen him.
Oh my god, that is the same one.
It's the same one, isn't it?
Same one.
Careful.
You are joking me, mate.
I think that's the same carp as.
I'm pretty sure that's the same
That's the
carp.
same carp. You're joking. Well, sadly, it's the same carp that I've caught less than 24 hours ago. I mean, I'm looking at it again and it's such a wonderful carp, but yeah, not what you want. So we'll slip him back, get the rod back out and see if we can catch a different carp as the next one. But gutted. I mean, such a lovely carp, but yeah, we've already had him. It's gone. The friendly one. How annoying. So bait-wise, it's very, very simple on the canals. There's so many nuisance fish in here that you can't go super attractive with loads of little small food items because you just get mullered by the bream, the tench, big roach, even catfish. So I go super simple. Boilies and tigers is all I'm putting in. I'll go quite big with the boilies if I have to, up to 20, even 24 mils. At the moment I'm fishing with the tigers, like I said, then also monster shrimp and citrus boilies. If the catfish are really bad, which they can be on these canals, I'll take out the monster shrimp and just fish the citrus boilies because the citrus and the tigers, they don't really seem to bother the catfish that much. So that's the baiting approach. And like I said, it's super, super simple, but trust me, it works. The carp get on it, it catches loads and loads of fish, and it avoids those nuisance fish. That'll be good over your cell then.
Yeah, toffee nut ones.
Yeah,
They're
maple nut, I think.
Yeah, I got some of them. Those krill and raspberry ones are caught with loads.
No, he's not in the snag. Do you want me to go out of the way just again?
Yeah, I think he's just in this edge, mate. He's right here. You see him? He's right in this edge somewhere again. One sec. Where is he now? Oh, I can see him. Now. Oh my God. This is sick, mate.
waves coming in. CANAL CARP. This is so good.
Yeah! Who's a better one, isn't he? £30? Oh, mate, I will take that.
Come on!
Come on, a boy! Oh, mate, that is buzz central, isn't it? Oh. That is unbelievable.
Just then with like the waves coming in.
Look at me, look at me, look at me. That is how you play
You
them.
keep forgetting to take that off, didn't you?
In my last Continental video, mate, that literally nearly cost me my rod, and now I'm just not letting them go. Good butt grips.
That was sick, like through, waves coming in.
Oh my God,
proper
mate.
carp fishing there.
Right, here we go. You tell me.
32.
32.
Oh,
£32. There you go, mate.
Nice.
A river 30, mate. Honestly, mate, it's ridiculous fishing.
It has been
I've got to go back to England, mate, and fish for, I don't know, how can you say? The usual British carp, a load of little tiny ones. That is some buzz, honestly. Oh, you can see why you do it. People talk about it, they rave about it, they give it like the bigger, and you think, really? Really? Yeah, really.
I always think it's like learning to fish. It's like fishing for the first time again.
Yeah, it's that just raw hit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a whole mystery about it. Yes.
Well, and also what could crop up?
30 pounders.
Call my mum. Tell her I'm not coming home. How is that for a river carp? That river rod again is absolutely torn off. And I've got this 32 pounder. And honestly, the buzz is unbelievable. I did not expect this trip would go this well. It's out of hand. I've got to compose myself. It's chucking it with rain. I don't even care if my hair gets wet on that buzz in. Stunning fish, clean as a whistle. And I am gonna float back to the UK after this, and I'll be back out, that's for sure. It's mega out here.
Sick carp.
Sick.
That's lovely.
Mate, that is out of hand.
How would you like to win a set of R4 bite alarms? It's very, very easy to enter. All you got to do is like this video, subscribe to the Capital Carp YouTube channel, and then answer this very simple question in the comments. What is my biggest ever canal carp that I've caught? Not just on this session, but ever across my entire life. Let me know in the comments below, and good luck.
Jeez Louise, mate. I'm still there, like that. It's mega, isn't it?
Good, it's so good.
Yeah, I literally did think, you know, when everybody says it to you and they're like, Europe, mate, I thought,
It'll change your life,
they're
yeah,
just
change
giving
your
it a big,
fishing.
like, it's just, they're giving, you know what I mean? Nah, mate, that is
Till you experience it.
obscene, if you think about it, innit?
But I think you've been very lucky
Oh,
with the
yeah.
session you've had, because it's been such a good session and it's made you go, oh my God, this is what it can be like. I think sometimes people will go over and they don't have that session for maybe 2 or 3 times. Maybe they don't even get to that point.
Yeah,
They have 2 or 3 tough sessions, all the ag that's involved with it, don't enjoy it and never go again. But once you have that session where you're like, this is why they do it, which you've had on your first one,
Yeah.
I think, I don't know anyone who can't not love it after that.
But part of that is you, mate, and to be fair, you've put a fair bit of groundwork in. You've like lapped it, you've done 20k on a different stretch, you've got intel on this stretch. I mean,
has so happened that river has been ridiculously productive. But if you weren't there, put a bit of bait in, and maybe they didn't stay around, it might not have been this prolific.
I mean, you've really got to think this session hasn't been 24 hours. It's been those 3 days beforehand.
Yeah.
And it's that groundwork. Like, what you normally do is on these trips, you walk and walk and walk, and you have a couple of tough nights until you find something that's really worth going on. Then once you've got it, you've got to milk it for all it's worth. Like, I'm sure you probably thought we would be moving around.
Honestly, I thought this morning, because we had that one early doors, I had a couple early doors, and then it was cut. I thought we'd be off.
Yeah, it's on a lake, on a venue like this with a canal or a river, you can go through those little quiet periods, sort of assured they come back. It's normally after like 12 to 24 hours when you get nothing. That's when you want to move.
Right.
But once you find somewhere that's doing bites, not just on canals or rivers, on any sort of public venue, you've just got to milk it. You just got to get everything you can out of it before you move off of it, because you work so hard to find that opportunity that it's pointless moving away. You've got to make the most of it and then move on. But it's learning when to make the call, because sometimes you can leave it too long and you've wasted then
a chance.
Yeah, so you've got to sort of learn when to make it. But this morning, after it went quiet, I could tell you were itching a little bit of what to do. You're saying, oh, maybe it's the hook bait, maybe it's this. It's like, no, they've just moved off, but they will come back, 100% they'll come back.
So I got a very fixed English mentality, thinking that they're still there and I've got something to do. But you are right, mate. They just, when they're on you, you get them. When they're not, then you've either got to make a call and go, or you've got to stay. But I'm glad we've stayed, mate, because that has made that. I mean, the session was mega anyway, but that has just absolutely blown my head. And we've got tonight, to be fair, which who knows what could happen, if anything happens. If not, honestly, mate, it's opened my eyes. You see it, but it is literally tangibly just ridiculous.
It's a whole new life of fishing, I think. It's like being reborn again once you start experiencing this and enjoy it.
I just like the fact you don't know what's in it. Like, it is unbelievably beautiful. The carp are all different, and your next bite could be, I don't know what, mate. What I've seen ghost over there, like, if it's that, mate, I'll be doing naked laps of the canal.
I'll hold you to that. Oh, actually, maybe I won't hold you to that. I don't think I need to see that.
You won't see a lot, mate. Right, I need some food, mate, to recover, and a coffee. So let's get the old kettle on. You, for a change, can put the kettle on, although you've done a lot of hard work this session. And yeah, mate, let's see you in the evening. And get to bed. I don't know, I'm going to sleep after this. Mad.
Well, as if this session couldn't go any better, we've ended it with a £40 canal mirror. I'm honestly blown away with how this has gone. I was so worried that it was going to be a bit of a flop, a bit too much to ask, only 48 hours fishing these canals over here. But we've done well and then some. I mean, look at this fish. Yeah. What do you think, Hassan?
Henry Lennon, there's only one, mate. Beyond any expectation, to round off on that, which is a proper old canal relic.
I think it's the big one. I think it's the big mirror from this stretch.
Honestly, it's been amazing, mate. Thank you so much. As you said, when you text me saying we're going to catch one fish, and if we did that, we'd do well, I couldn't envisage this, mate. It's been absolutely brilliant. It's opened my eyes.
You enjoyed it?
Really enjoyed it, mate.
Good.
I'll definitely be back out and tapping you up for some pins. Thank you guys for watching. As ever, we'll be back again soon. But until then, what a way to round off what has been an epic couple of days.
It's mad, isn't it? What we've done in this time frame, yeah.
Lovely.
Unbelievable.
Well done, mate.
Right, we're getting back as heavy. Oh.